Hello, everybody. From popular request, people wanted me to do a video on my process and how I create speed paints and full pieces, and I decided to do it using this Tigerstar image that I created in Photoshop. So first of all, I start with a reference photo and I sketch based on the reference photo. If I'm really out of practice, and I haven't drawn Maine Coon cats in a while, and I picture Tigerstar to be a Maine Coon, so I got a photo of a Maine Coon, preferably just a plain grey, so then I could fill in all of the fur patterns. I enlarged the sketch, laid down a couple of colours that I wanted to use in the image, and I wanted to try a new colouring technique. First I started just doing these like really quick sketches, and then I didn't like doing that. I started blocking in colours using the lasso tool, and then I layered the actual fur patterns on top of that, along with the eyes, the nose, and then I created a new layer to which I would add shading. So I basically coloured and shaded it, and then I was going to start adding detail, because I realised this is the process that I would take with a lined drawing, so I thought maybe I could try the same process that I'm used to, but with a lineless drawing. Because I always have problems trying to figure out the colours and where they're going to get laid down on the page when I just randomly do it, rather than just planning like I did previously with the lasso tool. At the moment, I'm just using a small brush tool and adding like little details of fur. It's not very accurate, nor is it probably correct, but I just wanted to experiment with this piece anyways, so I was just playing around with colours. At this point, I found it wasn't going exactly how I completely wanted it to, but I just continued anyways because I knew that I was going to get it finished, and if I kept layering colours, then it would eventually turn out how I somewhat wanted it to, which it does in the end. It turns out how I wanted it to. It just took a lot more work than I expected it to. And plus I was still sort of learning this process because I'd never experimented with this process before. Here I'm filling in the details for the eyes, so I start with like a dark colour to line it, and then just fill in the eye colour using the sketch below. And obviously you cannot see it because it has been cropped out in order to actually keep the screen right and you can actually see the screen, but I use a lot of layer like filters, so I use overlays, multiply, whatever, because you know I'm not very good with colours anyways. At this point I'm adding extra contrast, so I'm adding highlights, darker areas of fur, adding little extra touches of fur where it's highlighted or where I want it to pop. It's basically, my process is a lot of layering on top of the previous stuff that I've already done. Like I'll do something that's detailed and then I'll add more detail and then more detail, and then eventually that detail just sort of disappears when I start adding like extra overlays or, you know, things in the foreground. But at this point, I'm just adding final touches, and here is the completed final piece. I hope the talking wasn't incredibly distracting. I thought that if you could just listen to me talk as I'm doing it, because a lot of the time when you watch speed paints, you see people doing it and then you have no idea what they're actually doing or what their thought process is, and you see them erase something, you're like, oh wait, was that supposed to happen? Are they doing that? So I thought that maybe the best thing to do is to talk through it. Please let me know if you think this was helpful, whether you want me to do it again, and I will gladly let you hear my voice again. Thank you for watching.